14 podcast. We're in the middle of a rain delay. So the Jays won. 2-1 series at Fenway. They had a runner on first, Dave. So for me, they had more base runners, so it was a win. How are we feeling, man? I mean, fuck. Not really much to rave on home about, I guess, besides Vladdy.
Yeah, that's fun. Was anything else like that fun? No.
Bassett rocks. Bassett rocks.
Yeah, Bassett does rock. That's true. But yeah, maybe the worst loss of the season on Monday.
Yeah. You might have to crank your volume up on your thing.
Okay, I'm low.
I'm at full. I'm at full.
Okay, let me know if that's better. That shouldn't be.
That's way better. That's way better. The listeners are gonna thank me. Little thank you, Johnny. There.
Yeah, we need to do that. But yeah, it's like such a neutral 2 games because they play well in the first one to get the lead, and then the bullpen lets you down. There's some weird stuff like why wasn't Chad Green pitching if he was kind of available, and then a good offensive effort the next night against a pitcher who had struggled. So
I mean, Avery, offense.
I'm not really in that much of a different spot right now. Are you?
Yeah. No, if they won tonight, maybe a little bit of a change of not a change of guard, but a change of like vibes, maybe. Like if they won tonight, I'd be like, okay. They took 2 or 3 from a good Red Sox team. A Yankees team that's struggling is coming to town. You know, it's a little bit. We can kind of get away with something here. You know, we got the ball's a little bit rolling, but this rain delay is going to really fuck this team momentum wise because the offense looked great, man. I mean, the first game offense unreal. Second game they put up, I believe it was a 9 spot, if I have that correctly, right? It was 9-2.
Is that what that was yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was 9-2.
7-run second inning or third inning.
Yeah. 9-4. Yeah, this offense scored 15 runs in 2 games. Like I know this has been doom and gloom on this podcast, negative, but 15 runs in 2 games is 15 runs in 2 games.
Yeah, so that is a little bit of a change from what we had been seeing.
Yes. But the bad side, the pitching. The bullpen has not been there for you for the Toronto Blue Jays. So it's just 1 step forward, 2 steps back, but there's definitely some good positives that we could talk about for sure. The first one I did want to talk about, and I mentioned this on Twitter, I will be on not suicide watch, but I will be seriously depressed and sad if the Toronto Blue Jays part ways with Vladdy. Vladdy has turned a corner. He is 24 years old. We talk about let's let the Buffalo boys play. Let's let the young guys play. These dudes are 3-4 years older than Vladdy. Like, Vladdy has been a very, very small bright spot on a team that has been very lackluster when you're talking about Springer, KK. Honestly, Bo, it's like Vladdy is not the problem at all right now. Vladdy is doing what Vladdy does. And ever since he cut his hair, he's hitting like 400 with 3 bombs. Like, he's just on the loose. So Vladdy has been a very bad positive. But where are you on with that argument, Avery? Because if you give away Vladdy, give away Bo, it is going to be significantly harder to find players like that in the minor leagues. They don't come around that easily. Guys like Vladdy, guys like Bo. I know Bo's been struggling, but just in general, right?
No. Yeah, you're really right about that. Vladdy, because I said this last year. I've said it for a couple of years. I thought that Vladdy would be the one to go and I'd be okay to part with because of the first base position.
Yeah.
And you should be able to find replacement abilities because he wasn't hitting the home runs. Like if you just looked at counting stats, wins above replacement, you could find other guys to kind of do what Vladdy had been doing.
Yeah.
Those categories. You could even platoon 2 guys to find a decent little number at first base and Bo as the shortstop who had played good enough defense. But I feel it hurts this fan base like more if Vlad goes.
Yeah. I don't know what to deal with Bo, man. And I know we're talking about the 2 franchise guys. Listen, Bo Bichette's great. I love Bo, but Avery, maybe this is me, old man, yelling at a cloud. He looks disinterested right now.
Okay, but I love this take because we said the exact same thing about Vladdy. Or sorry, okay. we didn't say this. Two people who talk on Sportsnet every day said this. Like Vladdy was disinterested in doing that. When things are going bad, It is hard to
especially
be.
for Bo.
It's hard
Especially
to.
for Bo.
It is impossible to be positive. You and I did it. We sucked when we played college baseball.
Yeah.
I had a tough time dealing with it. Like, and we're not in front of the camera every single day having to talk to people about it. That sucks. Bo Bichette does not want to be playing this poorly, and
No, he doesn't.
it's probably affecting all aspects of his life. So it looks as bad as it is for him.
Yeah,
So I think Major League Baseball players care a lot. I
yes,
think
they
Bo
do.
cares a lot.
I'm just saying his at bats are just right now what makes him so good. The free swing and
But
the ability to hit out as
he's just
you know
lost, man. He's
he's
lost.
lost at the plate. I don't know what the fix is on this, but there's I know people are comparing this to the 2022 Bo when he just had the legacy run in September and made his stats all look good. But it wasn't this bad, was it? Like this is crazy.
I can look up right now. I was going to do this during the game today to see what like his first half weighted runs created plus would have been. Okay, splits tool Bo Bichette. Let's look at what year would that have been, Johnny? 22?
22.
Okay, preset range 2022 splits. And it does not want to show up. Where are we at first half here? Give me a second. I need to find these.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I'm not discounting Bo. I'm not saying I want Bo gone, but I think majority of Toronto Blue Jays fans right now play the recency game and they're clinging on to Vlad. And we are a part of that. I mean,
here I am. I got it for you.
Okay. What was he doing in 2022?
First half, which was 92 games, or I guess before the All-Star break. He hits 257.
Yeah.
In that time, 14 home runs, 50 RBIs in the first half. Fuck me. And then he goes in the second half. That was 67 games, and he hit 337, 10 home runs, 43 RBIs in 67 games. We can do the weighted runs created plus thing to kind of tell you how that was as well. 106 weighted runs created plus in the first half, and then 164. We go to this season. It's not that good, I don't think.
It's below 100, right?
Yeah, he's got a 78 weighted runs created plus so far.
So it's never really been this bad for him. I don't know if it's approach, but that's what makes him so good is his ability to hit that out of zone pitches, his ability to kind of free swing and make good contact, hit the ball the other way. He's just really not doing that right now. Pitchers are throwing him balls way out of the zone. We saw it yesterday. He struck out on 3 pitches in the first at bat of the game and threw the first one or the third one for the strikeout pitch in the other batter's box, and he swung at it. It's just Bo Bichette's in a very, very weird spot right now because I know he's coming back from an injury, no rehab. That has to play a massive factor in it. But, man.
I'll tell you, the stats aren't that different, John. So out of zone swing percentage of pitches a batter swings at outside of the strike zone, 36.3%. His career average, 36.7%. That's on par. Swing percentage just in general, 57.9% this season, on par with everything else. Out of zone contact percentage, this is where things have changed a little bit. Percentage of times a batter makes contact with the ball when swinging a pitch is thrown outside the strike zone. Pretty straightforward. He's around 62.3% career, 57.8% this year. So it's not a huge downgrade, but that is a change there. And he's making the most contact he's ever made on pitches in the zone.
Really?
93% zone contact percentage. He's making the most contact he's ever made, 82.6%. So, like, let's look at maybe some exit velocity things with Bo because the batted ball isn't that off of what he's done before.
And let me make this as clear as possible. This dude will figure it out.
Oh, if we trade Bo Bichette, he will do Bo Timber for
3 months.
Yeah.
Like, that's my thing. It's like, I know everyone's talking about rebuild this, rebuild that, all that. Bo and Vladdy do not grow on trees, dude.
No, but you can't do a full rebuild if you just keep those guys because of the assets you'd get back. That's why people say that. One of them has to go if you're in on the rebuild.
Gun to your head, who goes?
But
you can't trade Bo at his lowest value, Avery.
Hell, no. Right now is not like the best time to do it for Bo. But people will pay for that as well because you have the extra year. That's what you're paying for as well with him.
Yeah.
You just say an injury thing's going on, some fixes, I guess. But think Vlad stays over Bo at this point. And that's just not because one's better than the other. Vladdy always saying, hey, I want to be here all the time. And Bo, the business side of it, he's not saying, hey, yeah, I want to sign. He's not saying the same things as Vladdy. And I still think Bo Bichette likes playing in Toronto. I haven't heard any bad things about
He's
that.
a very reserved guy. We've met him a couple times. Like, he is a very, very reserved guy. He's not going to go.
I think he's a nice, like a good dude outside of it.
No, he's a great guy.
Every time we've talked to him, he's been like happier than what he showed.
Like, he knows we exist. He's talked to us. He said he loves our content, loves what we do. He's a great guy. I think the on-field stuff, and everyone's played with that. You played with Naylor. I fucking hated Naylor. Like,
Naylor was the worst baseball player to ever play. Like the worst guy of all time.
He was the worst human being ever, but every single guy that I know that played with him talks about how good of a guy he is. He's a guy that you hate when you play against him, but you love him when you're on a team. And there's guys like that in the major leagues where it's like, man, this guy must be miserable, like a terrible human being. When you meet Bo Bichette, he is like, I'm not going to say he's outgoing. I'm not going to go that far, but he is like a very talkative, good guy, very well-spoken. It's just, some guys play the game of baseball different ways. Like that, like some guys are better. Like Avery, if you and I didn't know Chris Bassett, we would say this guy's miserable based off how he pitches, right?
Yeah.
He's never smiling, always shrugging, kind of like, fuck you, all that. He's the best fucking dude on the planet. He genuinely is. He would die for us. We would die for him. He would do anything for us. That's the difference. It's like, I don't know. This perception that Bo Bichette is like miserable and no one likes him and is just so outdated and so dumb. And I don't know. It's like, I guess I get why the fans run away. That you see that on TV. You see Bo Bichette kind of looking maybe disinterested every once in a while, but that's not what it is. Like, that's not what, right? Like,
no, and that is different than him, how he's been playing. Like, those are two kind of different things as well. I don't think he's like ready to get out of town. I don't think no one's more beat up about Bo Bichette's play than Bo Bichette. Like, let's just say what it is. It has to be.
And this is the thing. What do fans want? Okay. Bo Bichette is struggling and he looks miserable on the field. Vladdy's smiling when he's struggling, obviously keeping the vibes up, and fans want him dead. Pick one. Like, it's Bo's miserable. He hates to hear, get him out of here when he's mad. Vladdy is trying to keep positive vibes. Oh, this guy's unserious. Get him out of here. Trade. You can never please anyone, Avery. That's the harsh reality of it. And the narratives that are spewed in the universe with these guys are crazy. But I will say, Bo would be the first one to say to us, if we're talking on the podcast about him, that he's just not playing good right now. That's the harsh reality of it. His defense isn't really taking a bad hit. He's not playing bad defensively, not making errors, but the offense, the at-bats have not been to par of what we have seen from Bo Bichette his entire Toronto Blue Jays career. And he rocks when he is buzzing. Yeah. It is such a fun sight. Just the outside pitches he's hitting the other way, and the pull side home runs he'll hit every once in a while. It's just, Bo Bichette's unbelievable, man. He's going through a tough stretch right now, and he's dealing with the injury, so it doesn't help. That's
it sucks that the stretch has lasted a full however many games he's played this season too, right? Like, it doesn't feel like he ever got it going. 67 games he's played so far, and he's got 4 home runs. Like, that's not Bo. No, that's not Bo. In 2020, he had 5 home runs in 29 games, and that was it. So, gun to my head, who's staying? Probably Vlad. I think he means a ton to the city, and like,
It's Vladimir Guerrero Jr.,
I forget how popular Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is all the time. And then we see some stuff like the home run derby, him being on the cover of the show. I know that's not the best way to say it, but that is what I think right now.
And this is the thing, like, the Jays just spent a shit ton on the renovations. I'm not going to go renovation talk, whatever. They've invested and dumped a shit ton of money into this team. You let Vladdy go, I don't know how you get people in the stadium, man. Like, even the casual ball knowers know who Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is. Even like the people that don't watch, they know who Vladdy is. He's the face of this team right now. It just doesn't make sense to let him go. It doesn't. And I know people are going to make the argument like Vladdy thinks he's worth more than what he is. Sure, you can make that side of the argument. But I think you let Vladimir Guerrero Jr. go, you lose a massive, massive part of this fan base. Because what are they going to games to watch? The young guys? That doesn't sell tickets. The young guys don't sell tickets.
No, they certainly don't. Um, it's been nice to see this little power surge from him as well, man. Like elevating baseballs. I saw a tweet. Don't know who it's from. If this was you, I thought it was a decent thought. They thought that Vladdy hits so well at Fenway Park because of the Green Monster is just begging him to pull baseballs. So he see
that's our logic. We said to put the Buffalo, like the New Era Field thing on the Jumbotron.
Yeah. He sees the left field. He sees how close it is. And it's like, oh, I should probably try and put the ball over the smallest part of the park. I thought it was a decent thought. I thought it was pretty funny. Thought. But then because he hit a ball, he hit two balls over 400 feet, or three of them, I think, and only one went out. The two were missiles to center field there. Yeah, so pulling some fly balls is rocked for Vladdy. He's hit everything hard, man. He's been really good.
And that now he's starting to get a little more luck too. That double he bounced over the third baseman's head yesterday. This is the thing. Vladdy hit probably my favorite home run of his Blue Jays career on Monday. That was one of the coolest home runs I have ever seen. We were streaming it. We were talking about it on stream. 471 feet over the Green Monster, over the stands, over the netting, into the parking garage, at the end of the parking garage, on the ground. That home run that he hit, Avery, was genuinely one of the cool. Like, it was unbelievable. Just a hanging curveball.
I think that's the thing. Yeah, I think it was an Isaiah Campbell slider. Isaiah Campbell sucks.
Oh yeah, he's terrible. But
that's what Vladdy does. Like, hit the huge home runs off the shitty relievers that come in.
Yeah,
and that was awesome. Can't believe they lost that baseball game.
Oh, that was.
But yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, it was just it was great stuff. I mean, seeing Vladdy do that, it gave me like 2021 Vladdy vibes, man. Because we took that for granted. He used to do that every like third game in 2021. Like, he really did. Like, every third game, it was like, where's Vladdy hitting one today? Where's Vlad hitting one today? And then there's a cool clip of him hitting a grand slam or whatever it was at Fenway. And Dan Schulman says, that's the best hitter on the planet right now, folks. Like, that's what we saw every single day. Like, man, he is just when he is going good and that swing and that timing is on, it is a special thing to watch for Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
So he was 2022, 32 bombs, 97 driven in, 133 weighted runs created plus. He's 132 weighted runs created plus right now. Expected weighted on base average was 421 in 2021 for him. It's 392 right now. So he's running a pretty good thing. He's not that close to his 600 slugging percentage.
yeah.
But we go on a little roll here. Things could change.
He looks. This is okay. I'll ask you this: is this the best he has looked since 2021? You think?
22 was still pretty good,
but 2020, yeah, that's fair. I think. Okay, is this is easily the best he's looked since 2022, like slugging wise. He's doing that little thing with his hands where he like the bat head like loads in front of him. That's when things are going right for him. And he looked, man, he's looked really good. So shout out Vladdy, man. He's really turning it around. And if you look at some of our takes in the offseason, we said this team has to go when Vladdy goes. Vladdy is going and this team is not. So it's a sad sight to see. But I wanted to talk about the Three Stooges, as we'll call them. Kevin Kiermaier, Alejandro Kirk, and George Springer. I can't do this Kevin Kiermaier stuff anymore, Abe. I can't. Like, he's dropping balls in the outfield.
Oh, yeah. When was the last time you saw that?
When was the last time you saw Kevin Kiermaier drop a diveable ball? He could have caught that in a crucial moment. He dropped it. Just plain and simple dropped it. Runs come home to score. Jays end up blowing it. I don't know how I can. I love Kevin Kiermaier. I know he loves the city, but fuck, dude. He does not make this team better when he's in the lineup at all. And he was brought here, quote unquote, for defense, and he's not even being that great defensively right now.
Yeah, I'll stop you on the not that great defense. That was just a bad play.
But he's not throwing guys out, which is what his bread and butter was. He's not making these catches. You're going to bring up some of these defensive metrics. I'm going to go full Blair mode on you.
No, I won't even bring up defensive metrics for the sake of this. He's a good outfielder. We know how good of an outfielder he is, and he's made the plays in the air. That was just such a shitty time for him to dive and miss the ball. It was heightened at that spot, and we won't
How many
forget
good
that.
outfielders can this team have? Can we have someone that bangs? Like,
You've
fuck.
watched
I'm
this, you
tired
know
of
that.
just doing defensive outfielders. Like Kevin Kiermaier, sure, whatever. Gold glove last year, great defense. George Springer, sure, great defense. Made a pretty cool play on Monday. Can we get guys that bang now? Seriously, can we get guys that actually bang in the outfield?
Well, I mean, if they're in the system, they'd be up by now, dude. Hey, you'd hope so.
I don't know. It's and Avery, you're a Kirk guy. You've been a Kirk guy. Oh, Johnny's did a great. He's had a great cut. Alejandro Kirk fucking sucks. Okay, let's just call it what it is. Alejandro Kirk. I'm not being Johnny negative. These are the stats. If you look after the All-Star break when he made the All-Star game, he has been complete and utter terrible. Below 100 weighted runs created plus, below 300 average, doesn't get on base. Alejandro Kirk is a liability for the Toronto Blue Jays right now. He is just not good. He's not good at all. His stats stink, all of them. Every single number you could bring up to me, Avery, they suck. Every single number.
11% walk rate's pretty good.
Well, I had 12 of them a cook. Alejandro Kirk is hitting 195 with a 285 on base and a 561 OPS. This is a guy who was known like, oh, he gets on base, bat to ball stuff is great. No, it really isn't, actually. It really isn't. Since that All-Star game. And I know last year we made excuses for the guy, like, oh, Alejandro Kirk, like, he just had a baby, late spring training, all that type of stuff. What's the excuse now, Avery? What is it?
Yeah, he might just be tired a lot.
Yeah.
Making the same amount of contact as he was in 22. It's not hit at the right angles. It's not getting over anyone's head. He has his highest max exit velocity of the year, same average exit velocity of 22. Launch angle, just completely different. Let's look at some ground ball to fly ball stuff.
How about this stat, Avery? Look at this one. He went 3 for 30 in the month of June. Is that a good stat?
It's not great, John.
3 for 30 in the month of June.
Not good at all.
It's like there is so many black holes in this lineup where it's like it's just clown noise when they come up to the plate. And we talked about this, unless you're going to bring up a number, but we talked about Chris Bassett. Let me read you a stat here that blew my mind when I searched this up. Credit Johnny Analytics. Chris Bassett's last 4 starts, 26 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, 1.73 ERA. The Toronto Blue Jays are 0-4 in these starts. 0-4. They have not won a start when their starting pitcher, Chris Bassett, has a 1.73 ERA in his last 4 starts. That is inexcusable. If I'm Chris Bassett, I'm holding out till I get traded. It's unbelievable the shit this guy deals with every single time he starts. One of those games they got shut out by the Oakland Athletics. They lost 1-0. You forget about that? I feel so bad because you're a pitcher, Avery. You know, like when things are going great for you, you're shoving, like you're buzzing, and you get to the dugout and you're immediately back out in the field because you go 3 up, 3 down.
Yeah, no time to rest at all. You know, those warm-up pitches, you need less and less of them every time when you're just getting rolled every single inning. What do we do to change anything, Johnny, besides getting different players? Nothing. Like this team isn't going to change overnight with who we have playing. Right? Like Kirk's not going to show up to the yard and just hit, what was Aaron Judge, 17 home runs in 2 months?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen from 95% of the hitters on this team. It's just the game changers aren't changing games at this point, and that's Bo and Vladdy. Vladdy's trying his best, but it certainly hasn't been good enough.
If I would have told you IKF would be out playing his contract in the offseason, you'd be like, we got a 90-win team here.
Yeah.
Would you not?
We're going to win the division.
Yeah, it's like Oh, by the way, IKF's hitting like 270 in July, almost by July. Oh,
Two,
shit.
281, brother.
280. Oh, IKF's hitting 281. What? IKF's hitting 281 and playing Gold Glove defense. It's
Insane.
it's it's wild, but I did want to talk about that Monday game because that Monday game was probably one of the biggest kicks in the dick I've ever had to experience. Probably was that the worst loss of the season, Abe?
Yeah, I didn't understand how things could keep getting worse. That was up there for me of worst ones
Yeah,
because it
just
was the most winnable game of winnable games, and you're up 6-2 in the eighth as well. And defense lets you down. When was the last time we had said that?
oh, I can't remember. Maybe 2022, maybe
It's like
2022 playoff game 2.
yeah, that would be a good one probably to do. Yeah, defense lets you down in the sixth, and it's like weird spots as well with some vet guys because Barger going to catch the ball at third base, he thinks he's camped under it, and then he starts doing the back. As soon as the back pedal happens,
Yeah,
it's a bad thing. And then you have IKF just looking at both of them as the shortstop. Just grab like that's got to be your ball, IKF, as the
yeah,
older guy, shortstop on the infield. Like that's
yeah.
his ball. Even the Vladdy thing yesterday with George Springer, they had to
Well,
fucking.
George Springer admitted it was his fault.
I know he had to apologize for it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
So yeah, the defense has been really, really tough. And then a balk. That's just the moment getting a little quick for Zach Pop on Monday as well. But
like
like,
the bullpen gave up 4 runs in 1 inning on Monday. Nate Pearson, I don't know how much I blame him because some of these errors were absolutely embarrassing from the Toronto Blue Jays. The Barger one, which would have made it 2 outs, I believe,
well,
was
Barger, no,
bad.
that was out one. That was the first
Out
out.
1, and then okay, then he gets yeah. Just embarrassing stuff, man. Honestly, like where are you at here, Avery, with Tim Mesa? You can't keep throwing him. You can't. Brendan Little is better than him.
Yeah, Brent Little throws 96. That's it's the difference. That's quite literally, yeah, quite literally the reason why things happen. You're right. It would have been the second out. That was my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. It
You're
was
right on
second
that.
out.
Yeah. Temeza at 91, dude. Anytime you see that, it's nightmare fuel. The stuff doesn't work the same. It never will. It does. The numbers are telling you that it's not going to work the same. You know it. 95 versus 91, a big difference in Major League Baseball. Like Brandon Little should be getting those innings, and he did. He was great yesterday. It was nice to see a little fist pump in what was that, the seventh or eighth inning, and
Yeah,
it was
I'm a little one. I'm a little fan. I'm a little one. I love.
he was drafted one spot before Nate Pearson, right? That's what
Yes.
they.
Yeah.
So interesting there, but like that's the thing about bullpens, and YJ's likes to say bullpens aren't real.
He's
They're
right.
not. You need to find random guys who are gonna throw 95 for you, who are gonna be the same. That's why I always think it's funny that they just ran back the same bullpen. It is so hard to have great bullpen numbers back to back years all the time. You have one bad outing, your numbers go crazy. It's how it is. But being able to find random guys who are gonna be 2.9 ERA, a great left on base percentage, and be able to strike guys out is tough. And good teams find janitors to do that. Good teams find guys working at UPS to do that, like the Cubs did. Um, and the Jays haven't really found that. Like Little's been good,
Yeah,
but
Little's been great. Tim
that was like
Mesa's the Tim Mesa regression's been really bad, but Brendan Little has been great. And then Nate Pearson obviously gives up the 2 there. Tim Mesa doesn't record a singular out. That doesn't help. That Monday game was, I'll say it, probably the most frustrating game of the season for me. I mean, you get down early, right? It was down 1-0. You claw back, you score
no, you
6.
were we were up 1-0,
Oh, sorry, up 1-0.
and then down 2-1
And then
because
down 2-1. You claw back, Avery. You score 6. Vladdy hits a ball into the parking lot. And you can't win that game when things aren't going good for you. That was probably one of the worst games of the season for me. Like, we streamed it, unfortunately. Just, I knew they were going to lose that game. once Tim Meza entered that game. I knew it was over.
I was gonna say as soon as the drop ball happened in
That also plays.
drop
Yeah.
ball, home run, other team momentum flips completely.
Yeah.
That was the final straw for me.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Just a bad game. A bad game, but we will give our flowers. Chris Bassett was unreal. IKF in the leadoff spot, 2 for 5. Horwitz with a hit. But other than that, not much positives because that was when it was just full, extends the losing streak to 7 games, and my God, things were all looking great. But we can go into yesterday's game. Again, what a game from Vladdy. Kevin Gossman kind of got hit around a little bit, man, right? Like, Kevin Gossman was not at his best. I don't know what's going on with him. He's been kind of struggling here a little bit, but 6 innings, 3 earned runs. One of them was an error because of the Vladdy thing. But yeah, it was just the George Springer turned back the clock that game, though, man. That was a great George Springer game. You heard about the Junta line.
Oh my God. If anyone didn't see on socials, we before the game yesterday, we came up with a graphic. Someone on Twitter had brought it to my attention that this was happening, that
Yes.
George and Johnny's stats were very close. So I'll go through them, and George knew he had to have seen it.
He had to have
something.
seen the graphic.
So it was choose your fighter. 2018 Johnny Junta, sophomore year, McCook Community College. 2024 George Springer making $1 billion. Average, Johnny hitting 185, George 188. OBP, Johnny 313, George 278. Johnny had 2 home runs, George had 5. Johnny had a better walk rate, more hit by pitches, better batting average on balls in play. And then George had the best game of his life, 3-hit game with a tank.
Yeah, great hits too. Took a ball to deep central. Just great. I mean, he saw the graphic, and honestly, being below the Junta line is not good.
Yeah, you do not want to hit below 185 if you were a Toronto Blue Jay.
Addison Barger's currently doing it. Kevin Kiermaier's getting awfully close, folks. Getting awfully close to that. You do not want to be below the Junta line. George Springer went up 8 ticks after that game. So congratulations to George Springer because, like I said, he was teeter-tottering at the Junta line. But some great things that game. I mean, bullpen gives you 3 straight zeros. I think I'll say it right now. These are the 3 top dogs in this bullpen. Little, Richards, and Green. That's sad, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. Do you want to comment on George's comments on that Enosaurus thing today?
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, George Springer today was pretty much not complaining, but he was saying like he was kind of mad that they were showing batting average on the scoreboard because quote unquote it doesn't matter anymore. George, buddy, let me say this. None of it is looking good for you, my friend. OPS plus, OPS, weighted runs created plus, on base percentage, slugging, whatever they show on that scoreboard. Maybe they could show World Series rings for you. I don't know. World Series MVPs?
No, leadoff home runs. That's what they'll show.
Okay, yeah. I know if you operate the scoreboard at the Rogers Center, just show leadoff home runs for George on the screen. So then the casuals will be like, "Oh my God, he has 57 home runs this year." That's what they'll think. So, but yeah, George, buddy. I mean, listen, if the batting average isn't great, there's stat line that they'll show on the scoreboard isn't great, right?
You just cut out there for a sec. Just run that one more time, brother.
That was you that cut out.
Yeah, cut out on my screen.
Uh-oh. Is this the first time you've had internet difficulties in a minute?
I'm getting unstable connection here.
That's okay. It's a you thing. But I'll say it.
Can you hear me fine?
Again, though. George Springer, my friend, if your average isn't good, there's probably a pretty good chance majority of the stuff that they can show on the scoreboard is not great. So let's tackle getting hits right now. How does that sound?
I think so too. That's like me asking them not to put my weight up on the board or something like that.
Me asking to put my height.
Yep.
Listen, buddy, sooner or later people are gonna notice it.
Yep.
We're gonna be looking around.
Only one who can change it is you.
Yes, we cannot unless you want them to just do fake advertisement on the board, say George Springer's in like 280. I mean, I don't know what you want. Choose your fighter. But yeah, the Junta line was a funny bit that the internet loved, and thank you to everyone that chose me to be that. But yesterday's game, unreal. Vladdy looked great, like I mentioned, and Kevin Gossman, 3 earned runs over 6. I know we're hard on him, but that
He
wasn't
went
that bad.
interesting. He went fastball splitter pretty much. I think he threw one slider.
Yeah, he's switching stuff up. I mean, he's kind of, like I said, been struggling a little bit. That Rafael Devers home run rocked.
Raffy Devers is a very cool baseball player.
Yeah, he's unbelievable, dude. He's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Sucks that his home run Monday night where he ended up in the right outside of the right-handed hitter's batter's box after he hit the ball was unfortunately really cool as well.
Yep. And that was off of Bassett.
Yep. I won't say that, but it was
yeah,
cool.
it was a cool home run. There's just no denying it, I fear. It was sick. But Avery, I have everyone's favorite segment for you here. Analytics I Bet, brought to you by Ken Reed. I have 3 tweets here. Or how many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. 4 tweets. Analytics drives me crazy. I don't give a shit about the angle, height, or speed of any hit. Just give me the distance. Newsflash, buddy. That's a measurement that they use for analytics is the distance.
Do I get to guess if this is Ken Reed or not?
Was that Ken Reed or not?
It wasn't Ken Reed. He wouldn't swear.
Okay. Yep, you're right. That's Basil Rose on next one. I love you, Buck. Quotation. Analytics treats every game like you're playing the 27 Yankees, and that's not the case. Buck on analytics. Thank you, Buck.
I could not follow what you were saying.
You didn't get the tweet?
No,
he's essentially like he's agreeing with Buck Martinez because Buck Martinez on the telecast said that analytics treats every game like you're facing the New York Yankees from 1927. I don't get
it. What does that mean?
Analytics finds I don't know. Is that a Ken Reed tweet?
No, he's too stupid to know the 27 Yankees.
That's a Ken Reed tweet.
Fuck.
Next one. This one is my favorite. Wow! Exclamation mark. He's pitching great. Logical person. We should take him out. Analytics skeet. Why? Logical person. The computer says so. Analytics skeet.
That's either a Blue Jays dad or a Ken Reed tweet.
That's a Ken Reed tweet.
Okay.
Holy fuck. All right, and the last one. Exactly. Managing is so much more about your gut feeling. Analytics are great tools, but it has to support more than guide. Analytics pulled Kikuchi out of that game yesterday.
Fuck, we were talking about who this was. This is not a Ken Reed tweet.
No, it's not a Ken Reed tweet. I don't know who this guy, I just unsaved it. But yeah, that's the greatest segment on the planet. Analytics I Bet, brought to you by
Ken Reed.
Could be you. Sponsor could be you. But shout out. Those tweets are bananas. They will never not be funny. And I will continue to retweet them whenever I see them on my timeline. So thank you guys for not understanding what analytics means. But just some fun stuff. The Jays, I'm under the belief the Toronto Blue Jays will not be playing tonight. So
I also don't think. If they do play tonight, we will hop back on and add a little bit of a segment. But Weatherman Johnny, are you going to tell what the forecast is saying for the rest of tonight?
Alex Cora just gestured to the fans to go home. Game over.
And that's the weather.
And that's the weather with Johnny Junta. Weather girl coming soon. She is in Europe, I believe. So we will get that going very, very soon. But next one, should we bring up date 14?
We can do date 14.
The people's greatest one. So we'll go over some of the people's segment. We will go over some of the stuff here. Hey, boys, big fan of the pod. Been listening to you guys since you started. Got a little issue here. I was at this prom party with my girl, and I got a call from my buddy. This is why my arm is around her, and he told me that she is cheating on me with this guy. I told her about it next morning, and she is trying to deny it. But now she isn't texting me or telling me her feelings. All I'm getting is dry snaps. What do I do? Let me fucking tell you something, buddy. All right?
First thing, you got to get off Snapchat.
1, get off Snapchat. I don't know how old you are. 2, she's cheating on you, brother. every single time you expect someone to be cheating on you, and credit to you, by the way, my friend, for calling her out on it and asking. If she is being dry, she knows. If she is claiming her innocence, she knows. Again, whoever told you that is a real one. I would give a snap and clap to the guy that told you that, because that's incredible stuff. Or he's just a jealous guy that wants you to be single. I don't know which one it is, but she's probably a heavy chance that she's cheating on you. I'm assuming you're young. I'm assuming you're a man rocket. That's just what I do. I always assume for the best for people. It's time you go on and you find something better, man. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Do not be with someone that doesn't want to be with you. That's the biggest thing. And if she's being dry, you know what she is doing? She is trying to bring you back in by playing hard to get and trying for you to play harder, keep going and going and going and putting in effort so she can pull you back in so you forget about it. No. We do not fucking play by that game, my friend. You're done. Block her on Snap. Delete her on Snap. Show that you've moved on. Let her feel guilty about what she did to you. That's where I'm at with that, Avery. I don't know. What would you do in this situation, Avery?
Yeah, there's no reason for me to ever talk to that person again, probably.
And if she's being dry, like, you're the one at fault. That's just not how
I believe that's what they call gaslighting.
Yes, that's actually the word I was trying to think of there. That took me an hour.
Brother, you're young. You got life to live. It's a lesson. It's either a wins and lessons. We don't take losses here.
Yeah. That's my thing. So move on, brother. Find a hobby and go from there. All right, good one here. Question for Avery. As a fellow big guy, how do you handle any insecurities while dating or trying to find a girl? Not that there should be any insecurity for being bigger, but it's a thing that can be hard to ignore. Cheers, fellas. Johnny, you'll find love someday. Thank you. I'm too tall, 666 at gmail.com. I probably shouldn't have said that email. Fuck. Whatever. Avery, where are you at with this one?
I don't deal with it too bad. I put myself in this position to not be in the best shape. So I don't know. It's like people are going to want to be with you if they want to be with you, no matter what you kind of look like. So, I mean, it's going to be tough to find someone eventually, tough to get out there as well. Yeah. I don't have a great answer for that besides just keep trucking on. The right person, just the right person will come at some point, and they'll like you for you.
Like, just be personable, be approachable. Like,
and if you're a big dude and you want to lose weight, do it for yourself. You know, don't do it for other people, because you want to be healthy. So look on the inside first, deal with yourself, get yourself right, and the right person will come. And you also got to be out there to do stuff. Like, just sitting at home, you're not gonna meet anyone that way, right? Like, obviously, don't go out and be creep and stuff like that. But sitting at home is not really gonna find you that many.
Put yourself
people.
up there.
Do things. That's what I'll say.
This is a good one here. First date / dry music recommendation. I'm trying to impress the lady, but she has a Taylor Swift / One Direction catalog. Both are leagues I don't play in. Let me tell you something. Once she hops into that car, you play Our Song by Taylor Swift.
Oh, dude, the best.
I was riding shotgun with my hair. It is game over. She will fall in love with you. Our Song by Taylor Swift is a once in a generation, once in a millennium fucking song.
Dude, that's like your best music taken a while, Johnny.
It's you play all the old catalog of Taylor Swift, because then this girl's like, oh, this guy knows his shit.
Yeah.
You play the hits. You play the Taylor Swift hits.
I can get down on some like Teardrops on My Guitar as well.
Oh.
If we want to get a little sad, you need a shoulder to cry on, I can get down on Teardrops on My Guitar. But Our Song, Taylor Swift, is legit, because if you're a country guy as well, it's country music. That's what you're listening to. My girlfriend tries to play the new Taylor Swift. I was like, this isn't for me.
It's not country. Like OG Taylor Swift chills, like actual chills. So just bump Our Song, man. Get Our Song going. And thank you to everyone that.
And then it's 90s country after that.
Do you eventually get over your first love by Big Brody, who we've met? He's a young chap. I mean, listen.
I'll say it.
Avery's back with his first love. He's dating his first love.
I'm in the 7th year of dating my first love after a 3-year break of not talking to her. So, do you get over it?
Not fully.
I'm not going to answer that. Yeah, I can't give you a good answer for that.
I can. You do get over it sooner or later, but they'll always have like a special place.
The good ones are the good ones, you know?
Yeah.
It all depends on how things went.
Wins and lessons.
Wins and lessons.
But yeah, no, like you'll never not get over it because that's a crucial part for you. It's like you never forget your first home run, right? Same thing. You forget the other ones, but you never forget your first home run. So, I'm not saying necessarily you usually you forget it, but it's something that'll always be in the back of your mind. Next one, what's a good way to make the first move in a car without it being awkward? I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. I'm usually driving. Actually, maybe the subtle hand on the thigh while you're driving. That's a good one.
Okay.
I think girls like that. I'm not sure. I've done it, but I've never asked for their input after I've done it. So, but yeah, maybe try the hand on the thigh. Depends how close you are, obviously, but that's a good one. John, do I keep seeing my ex? No. Do not recommend doing that.
You take the break. You need it, you know?
What is the Don Mattingly offensive coordinator hitting strategy for me to get more matches on Hinge? Funny prompts. My prompt is like name one of your flaws. I said for one of my flaws is I always open the door for women and I always pay for dinner. That's my flaw. That's what I wrote down for a flaw. You got to be. It's funny job. And another one is like you should not go out with me. And I responded, if you like guys with 20/20 vision. Like it's funny stuff like that you get going there. But Greg Honk has one. Hi, the boyfriend has a real sweating problem at night. We don't have AC, and his side of the fitted sheet smells horrific. Please recommend some sweating approved bed linens before I lose my mind. Would also accept recs for which fabrics to look for. I don't know, man. Get AC. I mean, we're in the big year. We're in the big year 2024. We don't have AC.
A portable unit. I saw Blake was giving one away on Instagram.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to Blake Murphy.
Yeah. That could be a good one.
Or a fan maybe.
A fan could work. Not having AC in the big 2024. We don't pour shame. But I'm assuming like most units just come with it, right?
Well, sometimes I know my buddy, his AC at his condo just doesn't work.
Oh.
They didn't turn it on.
Sounds like a landlord complaint to me. I wouldn't pay rent.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. That's what I told him. He said, "Yeah, I was thinking about sending an email."
Yeah, I'd probably send an email.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was date 14. Thank you everyone and thank you for the guy that signed us up for 500 dating apps.
Yeah, that was insane. Someone took
bullshit.
Let's see if we can find any.
I deleted them all.
Okay. Yeah. That was insane.
Yeah, that was insane. But other gate 14 news. Exclusive shirts Monday, 10 a.m. Now, what time do you want to let them drop on Canada Day? Early?
Yeah, 10. Sounds good.
Let's 10 a.m. We'll make them live. I'll set the website up for the people. Make sure you can order them. But, yeah, we'll be dropping those shirts. The shirts are incredible. They're unreal. I'll be wearing them out Saturday when I go to the bar or Friday or whatever day it is. I think they're unreal. You can wear them out. They're heavy, great quality, and they're not going to be that expensive. They're going to be close to the same price as the cheaper the affordable option shirts that we had on the website earlier. So get your Gate 14 hoodies. They will not be available after next Friday. So you have 5 days to buy them. And If you don't, that's it. Bad luck. No more fucking messages about them. That's it. So, yeah.
Game postponed officially, resuming August 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern
Write that down
Standard Time.
Write that down in the calendar. So, yeah, they will be live then. So let's go into the series, Avery. Big series.
Yankees, I forgot.
The Yankees this weekend, 4-game set against the Bronx Bombers. Listen.
They're scuffling. Garrett Cole's taking them down from the inside.
Garrett Cole is tanking. He is tanking from within.
Oh, also, episode. We probably won't do one Sunday night.
Yeah, episode will be Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night we'll do after the game. Long weekend. Give someone a fresh to listen to on your Tuesday way to work, and if you're in the office as well.
Yeah, so the Yankees are coming in here. They are 3-7 in their last 10. They're going up against our Bluebirds. Garrett Cole will be pitching on Sunday. I believe, Garrett Cole on Sunday. He has looked like complete and utter dog shit. Pitching matchups. Rodon Barrio, Stroman Kikuchi, Cortez Bassett, Gossman Cole on Sunday. Wow. Listen, I said the Jays win today and take 3 or 4 from the Yankees, and I'll start believing again. I think the Jays could beat this. They got JD Davis in the goddamn 4-hole, Avery.
Well,
JD Davis.
they put him in there for a lefty. That's why they did that platoon.
Yeah. Where are you at? What do you think this is going to be? I think the Jays win the series.
I think it's the most obvious split. Like happy with the split too.
I don't know if I'd be happy with the split, man. Yankees are scuffling, dude.
For sure, but this Blue Jays team hasn't been fantastic.
Yeah, it's fair. I mean, they're 1-0.
Are we going to get red uniforms for
I actually haven't seen that. Is that
for Monday? Who's going to wear it? Yariel Rodriguez is going to pitch
Monday.
Yeah, he'll pitch Monday.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can't be worse than the Thomas Hatch Canada Day game.
Oh, that game is a game that will live in infamy. This is the thing. The Toronto Blue Jays here, like the Yankees are. This is bad versus bad right now. Alex Verdugo is dog shit. Volpe's fallen off a cliff. It's literally just
Stanton's on the IL.
Stanton's on the IL. Soto's hitting 200 his last 10 games, or below 200 now because he went over tonight. I think they take 2 of 3 or 3 of 4. I really do.
John, that would be awesome.
I will be seeing Stroman on Friday. I'll be in the building Friday.
I'll be in the building tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll be in the building tomorrow.
You'll be in the building tomorrow. I'll be there Friday. Let's beat up on Marcus Stroman. Let's beat up on Rodon. And let's go from there. But other than that, though, man, vibes are at low. We're gonna try to keep doing stuff for you guys, vlogs, all that.
Yeah, I've started my draft prep video. I'm gonna work hard on it this weekend. Hopefully out next week.
Okay.
I will guarantee it's out next week, actually.
Okay. Guaranteed. Avery guaranteed. Yep. But thank you guys for tuning in, man. Love you guys. Let's have ourselves a weekend.
Happy Canada Day weekend. Be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Don't boat and be wasted. Same thing.
Yeah.
Be careful.
That's
Take care of
drinking
yourself.
and driving. But yeah. Don't do that. Don't do any stupid shit. Drink responsibly. Have some pints with the boys. Again, the Jays are losing. Just click it off. Turn it off and just have a good time with the fellas. So love you guys, man. Gate 14 forever. Again, gate14.ca. The new merch will be available Monday. Stay tuned for that. Let's have ourselves a weekend.
And I might have a little special thing. Jeremy Roach back in town. I think we'll be able to get him on for a little episode. Old school style. We'll get 20 minutes of JR
OG days
next week.
OG days. All right, fellas. See you guys. Love you. Gate 14 forever. Let's have ourselves a goddamn weekend.